Hey everyone, it's Jaclyn. So today I want to sit down and film this holiday inspired makeup look. It's basically for those times when you either have a family function or like a Christmas party, but you honestly just don't really have the time to fully get ready. So I want to share with you guys a really fun and quick nail look, as well as a really easy makeup look that still looks like you put a lot of time into it. Anyways, let's hop into the tutorial. So I'm going to start off with a nail look, and I'm going to be doing a one-step gel mani in literally minutes. I'm going to be using the Impress Press-On Manicure Holiday Nail Collection here, and the one that I actually picked was the Shade and Ice Cream Cake. I just thought the design was really pretty. I love the accent nail on this. And I'm super excited to be working with Impress on this video because I've been using press-on nails for so many years. This is like my go-to secret. I'm always running late, so these are so easy to do, and I can literally do them in the backseat of a car, and I hate to admit it, but I have done that before. So to start off with this manicure, what you want to do is take all the nails and kind of line them up and kind of figure out which size and which nail matches. And you want to line them up in order. It just makes it so much easier once you start applying if you have it all laid out and organized beforehand. Then I'm going to take the prep pad and just clean off my nails and make sure that there's no residue. You obviously want to be applying this to clean nails with no polish on. That way it will adhere the best and make sure that the manicure lasts as long as possible. So on the back side of the press-on nail, there's actually a super hold adhesive, and that allows the nails to stay put and to stay looking perfect. So what you want to do is take the nail, and there's going to be like a little tab on one side of it, and that's the side that you're going to actually want to line up with your cuticle. So what you're going to do is peel off the backing and then press it onto the nail nice and firm, and just make sure that you have like a nice and even pressure and get all the sides pressed down. I kind of like to do like a little wiggle and push and take a good few seconds to make sure that it's properly adhered. And voila, look at how bomb that nail looks, and that took seriously seconds. Honestly, it amazes me every time, but it looks like a professional manicure, but in the comfort of your own home, and super easy and quick. And plus there's no drying time. You know, like a regular manicure when you like have to sit there for an hour and just not touch anything. Since there's no glue, there's no drying time, there's no downtime. So you can just, you know, go off and live your life as soon as you put them on. And since this isn't like a regular polish manicure, there's not gonna be any like fading or dullness and no chipping. Now, I'm not kidding when I say I think one hand takes me about 3 minutes, and even that is being generous. I think I could bust out my entire hand in like a minute and a half if I really needed to, but it's super quick to apply, which is great. Okay, one hand down. Look at how good we looking. Oh, I'm just super into it. I just love the pop of glitter too. I think it's so, so pretty. Okay, and then I'm just gonna basically repeat the exact same thing on the other hand, and then what do you know it, we suddenly have a full manicure in under 5 minutes. Okay, so there is the finished Impress manicure. Honestly, I'm super into it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. But I was actually really inspired by this really deep red kind of burgundy shade, and I wanted to do a bold lip kind of coordinated with the nails as well. So let's hop into the makeup. Okay, so to start off, you want to have clean skin, and we're going to start by applying a bit of primer to the skin. Now, I'm going to be using a hydrating primer just because it is wintertime and my skin could use all the extra moisture it can get. Then with foundation, I am going to go in with more of a full coverage foundation. Since I want this to be a very clean, bold look, I want the skin to be nice and fresh and very even and really contrasting with the lip that we're going to do after. Then same thing goes for concealer. We're just gonna clean up any dark circles on the under eyes. And actually with my sponge, I'm gonna take any leftover concealer and just kind of stamp that over the lips as well and kind of erase my lip line. Again, just focusing on getting the skin super even, especially around the mouth. Then I'm just gonna set the under eyes with a bit of powder and just make sure that there's no creasing. Now I'm not gonna set the rest of my face except for the area around my mouth because I want this to be nice and matte and kind of prep it for the lip. But other than that, I'm gonna let the skin go unset and kind of let it stay a bit dewy. Now moving on to brows, y'all know I live for a good brow moment, but today we're not gonna do anything too crazy. I'm just gonna kind of follow the natural shape of my eyebrow, fill in any sparse areas, extend the tail a little bit. But I find, especially with a bold lip like what we're gonna do, I find if my brows are too harsh and too drawn on and a bit too angular, it can be a little too distracting and a little too intense with the lip and the eyebrow. So I just like to kind of pick one part of the face to focus on. So yeah, not doing anything too crazy today. Now, although I am trying to embrace my paleness this winter, I am going to go with a bit of bronzer. Now, I am going to be using a ton of cream products for this look. I find creams in wintertime just apply so, so beautifully to the skin. So I'm just going to put that all around the perimeter of my face and just kind of warm it up a little bit. I'm going to go in for a subtle contour moment. Now I am going to be using kind of like a gray tone powder contour. And my advice with contour is always start with a light hand and gradually build up. Like you can see what I'm doing, it's not anything too drastic, but it's just like those subtle little shadows that make a little bit of a difference. Now I am gonna add a few shadows onto the eye as well. So taking that same powder contour, I'm just gonna kind of buff that into the crease. And I'm using a really big fluffy brush for this. It's nothing too precise. I'm gonna take the same color and just kind of go on the outer third of my lower lash line and kind of connect it to the top shadow as well. Now I do want to add a bit of warmth to the eye as well. So on the outer third, I'm going to put a bit of bronzer and just kind of diffuse that in. And again, we want the eye to be really clean and really simple. So this will just add a bit of definition, but really take the time to buff everything out and diffuse all the colors out. So that way there's nothing harsh. Okay, now moving on to some blush. I've got a cream blush here. Now cream blush is probably one of my favorite types of makeup products. I just think it looks so good and so healthy on the skin. Now this shade here is more of like a orangey kind of peachy shade, but once you blend it out, it really just gives you a natural flush. And you'll see I really like to use my fingers as well as like tools and sponges and brushes, but I really just find that fingers really help melt the cream products into each other. So don't be afraid to do a little finger painting on your face. Now I am going to go in with a bit of highlight on the cheekbones as well, and you'll see this instantly kind of creates dimension and just creates more shape to the face and makes the skin look a lot more lifelike. Now I am going in with more of an icy cool tone highlight, which I rarely ever do, but again, just trying to embrace the cool wintry vibes. And I'm just popping a little bit of that onto my Cupid's bow and highlighting my eyes a little bit as well. Now I hope you can see what I'm talking about, but I really just feel like this step brings the makeup to life and just really makes your skin look supple and plump and so healthy, so I love doing this. Okay, now this is something I honestly never do. I don't know what I was feeling today, but I decided to put a little bit of highlighter just on the tip of my nose as well, and just bring a little bit of light there. Okay, now this is one of my secrets for fuller looking lashes without looking like you're wearing too much makeup. I'm just taking a warm tone kohl pencil and just kind of smudging that onto the outer third of my eye. And it's not like there's any harsh line or anything detectable to the eye, but it does just make the lashes appear a bit fuller and darker. And I naturally have very short, non-existent lashes, so I do as many lash lengthening secrets as I can. Now I'm just gonna go over with one thin coat of mascara. I just want the lashes to look very clean and separated and long, but not too thick or clumpy. Now this part always looks so awful on camera. I don't know how to make this look better. It just looks so gross. I'm just tightlining the upper waterline with the dark brown pencil, and again, that just makes your lashes look a bit fuller. And then ever so slightly, we're just gonna put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes. Okay, now time for the fun part, the bold lip. Now you wanna make sure that your lips are nice and dry and ready for the lip liner. I'm going in with this deep kind of red wine color lip liner, and I find with the bold lip, what you wanna focus on is symmetry and making sure that the lips look nice and balanced. Now naturally, my lips are not balanced at all. My bottom lip is much fuller than my top lip, and yeah, so I need to do a lot of work at kind of balancing those out. So do your best to look objectively in the mirror and really see what needs balancing out, and you can just kind of either overline in some areas that need it or underline in other certain spots. So I find where I struggle is my top lip needs to be a bit wider, so I tend to overline into the corner of my mouth. And always just make sure that you connect your top and bottom lip in the corner there. That's like a little personal pet peeve of mine. And then I'm just gonna blend that lip liner out with my finger again. You see I use my fingers a lot when I do my makeup, and this will just help the lip liner blend into the lip color we're gonna use next. Now I'm just gonna take this red lip color directly from the bullet and just kind of blot and press that into the lips. I find kind of patting the color in makes it a lot more long lasting and will make sure that the lip doesn't fade away. Okay, now I'm gonna take a shimmery kind of cranberry pigment, and again, using my finger, I'm just gonna kind of press that pigment into the lip color. Now the creaminess of a lip color will allow the pigment to stick and really just create this beautiful, reflective, super shiny lip color. Now this lip was actually inspired by Christmas tree ornaments. Like, you know the decorations on a tree, like those red Christmas balls that are super shiny and so beautiful and just sort of like the epitome of Christmas? That's what I wanted this lip to look like, and I feel like this pigment really allowed me to capture that reflective, super shiny essence of that. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I just love the simplicity and how clean this makeup look is, and especially with the coordination of the nails and the lip, I just feel like this screams holiday. Okay, so this is the finished makeup and nail look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Let me know if you guys end up trying out this look for any holiday parties or anything coming up this Christmas season. Make sure you guys tag me in your recreations at Jaclyn Forbes on Instagram. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for today. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye!